Okay, so welcome everyone to today's webinar, VISEGRAD Food Circle, which got to address practical experience sharing of food communities in the CE region. Thank you for joining us. My name is Zsófi Perényi from the Association of Conscious Consumers, which is an NGO based in Hungary. Today, we are here thanks to a VISEGRAD project called VISEGRAD Food Circle in a partnership of Tudatos Vásárlók Egyesülete TVA Hungary, FAIR Poland, and UTOPIA from Slovakia. Our cooperation aims to develop and improve the up-scalability of local solidarity-based partnerships for agroecology, such as community-supported agriculture, buying groups, cooperatives, or even some farmers' market. This is the last activity of our project, but I'm sure we will continue together. We had already some meetings, and we try to share the practical experiences with you. But our time is limited today, so I'm going to introduce our presenters. Today, we will get to know the experiences of Marta Czaplicka from Poland, Anna Pajer from Hungary, Honza Tomaszek from Czechia, and also Bernadette Gołębiowska from Poland. Of course, after the presentations, you will have the time for the questions. For that, you can use the chat. So if you have a question to share, just write it in the chat, and please be ready to be given to the floor to put your question to the presenters. The idea was to make this webinar a bit more interactive. If you are not comfortable with asking your question directly, please mention it in the chat. For example, I cannot turn my video and microphone on. If you experience any technical issues, also please send the message through the chats and we try to solve this. So as I mentioned you already in today's webinar, we are lucky to have 4 great speakers with us. They will share practical insights from 4 special perspectives. Marta from the Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences, Poland, will share us how community-supported agriculture at the university works. Then Anna from Dunasziget Zöldségközösség, a small CSA farm close to the Hungarian-Slovakian border, will explain what the model of CSA gives them as a small-scale farmers. We have with us today Honza, who will introduce an existing initiative from Czechia, a really practical school for future farmers. And then we close the webinar with Bernadette from Poland, who will share with us how they train CSA advisors and also how they organize meetings for organic farmers. They will talk about 15 minutes, and after each presentation, you will have the chance to ask your questions. So please do not forget to write it to the chat. So Marta, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Marta Czaplicka. I work in the Department of Horticulture. And probably we are the first unity when we have the CSI people and we start to preparing packages for our workers, our employees in the university. In our university, our CSA goes from 3 last vegetative seasons, and 2022 was the first time when we start after the COVID time. Nowadays, we have more than 300 people who take part in these CSAs. We give plus minus 150 package every week. And for example, last season, we add to these packages 72 types of products. Of course, we have vegetables, herbs, fruits, different preserves, juices and mushrooms, because that's our field of product. We don't have animals, we don't have eggs. That's the way that we use this, what we have in our department, yes, like it's horticulture. Our product and our CSI has nice name like Taste WUS, Taste University. It's the Polish name, and we received the big support from our promotion, from people from our university, from marketing, and they help us to start with the first edition. The idea was really simply to close the production and consumption in one organization in the university. Of course, the source of our products are our experimental station. On our university, we have 4 experimental stations. 2 belongs to my department. It's the first is with vegetables and ornamental plants. Second one with fruits, but also in the university we have the experimental station in mountains, in Karkonosze mountains, when we have the animal husbandry, and we have the one experimental station in the middle of Wrocław when we have typical agriculture production. And now Monica says time that they start to preparing the urban farm. Our consumers are people who works in the university, and also are people who are retired from the university, and some students. We deliver our packages to 2 campuses, 2 main places of works in our university, Campus Biskupin and Campus Grunwaldzki, and our delivery is every Thursday over midday. That's the best time. We decide in the first moment that is the best time when people start to prepare how to cook in the weekend, and they are before doing shopping before weekends. Experimental stations are not so long from Wrocław. The first one is 10 kilometers from the university at this Psary, and the second one is 25 kilometers, but it's all the time suburbia, peri-urban part of Wrocław. Of course, every year we produce and prepare some fields from our production. Of course, unfortunately, it's in Polish, but it's a map about our fields. Of course, we rotate field, we rotation in vegetable production. And that's the way we start from planning which products to prepare for the next year. I think it's the most important part for this CSI production and work. On the second station, it's a little bit easier because the trees lives in the same place for many years, and in orchard it's easier to find forest and pear and blueberries and what else. How about communication? In intranet in our university, we have some special site, website with information about CSI. Every week we give the information what the employer should expect in the package, and what should be done, how is possible, what can we do together, for example, together harvest some fruits or preparing some dumplings from Christmas time, what else what we do together. It looks like that. We are thinking about having minimum 8 to 10 products in one package in 1 week. For example, this one is from the start of July, in the 6th of July. And of course, tomatoes, cucumbers, sour and sweet cherry, because this is the season for cherry, cabbage, rucola, lettuce, broad bean, and kolabri. That's the way that we try to find different vegetables, different fruits, not only this, that it's very popular in Poland. Of course, during the autumn time, we give more of apples and pear. Part of our products goes from our experiments. Of course, from these experiments where some problems can be possible. We don't use the vegetables from experiment with high fertilizers or plant protection. in case where is biological plant protection, if we are not sure about safety, we don't give it to eating. Yes, we did only this part that we are sure that it's okay and clear. Of course, when we have too much yield of some plants, we do preserves, some jams or some smoked or dry fruits. And of course, we all the time prepare traditional preserves using in Poland, like sour cucumbers, sour cabbage, sour beetroot. And sometimes we exchange our products with our partners, because from 2 years we have the European project. And for example, last year, our partner has too much pumpkin, like 40 tons. And of course, we share with him with carrot and potato, and we take pumpkins. How about financing on our CSA? It's like the subscription from vegetables and fruits. Our employers, consumers from the university, pay for the products. They pay 35 zloty per week. It's like 8 euros. It's like 5 zloty, like €1.16 per 1 day from one person. People who works with me in this TSA, for example, preparing work on field, do marketing, these people received this package free as a compensation of his work, because of work, especially if you have sometimes 200 packages during 1 week. Payment is going in advance. It was that time is the finish of paying. Yes, it's on March and in April. Sometimes we can share these payments from 1, 2, or 4 parts, but a lot of people decide to pay in the start of TSA and received this vegetable and fruits at the end of the season. I know that it's not very high price, but management of my university decide after the first edition that it's not necessary to grow up this price. My rector says me if I need more money, he gives me this, because it's very important that people has possibility to eat good vegetables, good quality of fruits, has some information, some education. That's the way it's a good direction for environmental university. Of course, we do something with education. For example, we not calibrate our vegetable and fruits. It's not the same like in the market, like in supermarket. We not waste this product that are not excellent. We give and say, okay, the cucumber, it's not exactly the same long, yeah, not exactly the same weight. We're giving seasonal products only during the season. We work with different cultivars, with different technology of production. We product from plastic tunnels, from greenhouse, from field, but we don't do nothing was connection, a lot efficiency of energy, because for me it's not sustainable. Of course, we use reusable bags. We are trying to use only paper and glass to packing, but it's not exactly possible in any product, for example, in apples. And of course, we do some information about possibility of exchange products between participants of CSA. For example, if somebody don't like, they share this cabbage with something else and take different one, vegetable and fruit. From 2023, we have experimental project from Rural Development Agency, and we do research about this TSA, how to create this attractive TSA from producer, but also attractive for consumer. How many type vegetables, fruit should be in this package every week? How to make it beneficial for consumer? not only beneficial by money, but beneficial about composition of diet, about changing diet habits, about changing thinking about eating, about changing method from buying products for food, buying food. How to produce with success to the producer. How to receive the stability of production, financial stability, and satisfied level of yielding, because it's really important for people who earn money for this work. How to increase the crop safety and production safety, how to introduce the sustainable production to minimize environmental impact, to receive higher soil healthy, how to do part of them organics, because not everything cultivars are possible to do organic, and how to reduce some costs, how to use these materials that are available. And of course, we have some part about consumer preferences and these habitats. Unfortunately, some of them say us that, okay, you give me the package for one person, but it was enough for my whole family, 4 person. For me, it's a disaster, yeah, because it's too small to use. We applied to a project in the EuroCup network, and we have our university. European Union is founder of this project. It's Polish management and who helps farmers, one producer of sweets, and two farmers from field. One Patrick is producing wine, and Aneta is producing especially herbs and some herbs and some vegetables. The name is Taste VS, horticultural production to meet of local consumers based on the standards for a short food supply chain and a modified CSAs model. Yes, this modification is closed in the one organization. That's the budget of this. I think it's enough for the first part of training and first part of research. Of course, that's a huge problem and huge program. But we start with on 2022, as we say here, it's a communication. What can you find in your package today? It's about consumer preferences. It was at first, because on the first edition was a huge problem. Why this radish, it's not exactly so big, or some smaller or bigger? Why it's this zucchini is not enough yellow? Why it's spotted, or what else? That's the way that we start from the consumer preferences and check what is acceptable for these people, and we start with education. Why it's not exactly the same way, one by one. We do a lot of herbs, a lot of spices, and this goes for operation. I think it's not exactly very important, but we are thinking about developing technological innovation, how to prepare it and be satisfying for producers, and the same like for consumers, and how to be safety. We are thinking about model for organization, because in our experimental station, of course, partly we take this from the experiments, but the same we establish the special fields only for this CSI program. How to produce products of better value, better content of polyphenols, higher content of vitamins, more sustainable, but of course with better quality for people, and how to develop and how implement these ideas from people, how to show how to cook with better health values, and with using some products that people never used before. For example, that's our paprika. It was the first year. As you see, not exactly goes perfect. For example, here when we have growing media from coal, it was completely disaster because it doesn't work. Of course, we will be prepared that from this part we received the product from all CSI community. Of course, that's our plastic tunnel from the first part, first harvest. Of course, we not use herbicides because all of us want to eat the same, and we don't want to eat some residues of pesticides and what else. It's only mechanical taking care about weed management. It's quite hard, but it's every year easier and better. Of course, we also produce, for example, in this picture, you can see it's leaves beetroot and lettuce from December. That's the reason it was producing in the greenhouse, because it's one very late time. One of the most important part is which cultivars to choose, that we received the good quality and we received the yield during the long time. For example, that's a raspberry. It's Polish cultivars. It's the name of this cultivars. And look that when we start from the last decade of June, we can harvest one by one to the end of October. We have our own raspberry from this 4 months. That's the way that we cultivate different cultivars to receive this long time from harvesting grapes. For example, for blueberry, when we don't have very early cultivars, we against blueberry we give Haskap. Probably you know what's that. And after that, we choose different cultivars. We choose early brew, Duke, Toro, Chandler, Bridget. That's the way that we have the very long time from harvesting our blueberries. Of course, we do the lot of preserves. That's like juices, especially apple juices, jams, chutneys, dried fruit, smoked fruit. That's especially for muesli. Sometimes we frozen some fruits. We do compost. I think it's very popular in Poland. Like you have something to drink, and vinegars.
Marta, you are running out of time, so if you can
okay, 1 minute
your presentation, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. We think especially about this species of fruits, that it's possible and use for a country, but at the same we offer different fruits. For example, like chokeberry, wolfberry is like goi, haskap, edible dogwood, cranberries, mini kiwi or rosa fruit. But that's the fruit important to produce and important to receive a lot of good vitamins and what else. And watch in the future. Of course, we have some ideas how to do it better. The first one is how to cook and which meal to create from this products. Our students from gastronomy and technology of gastronomy prepare us some recipes and photos. Every year we add new cultivars, new species. We use more plant possibility to eat, for example, mushroom. We partly goes for organic production. We think that we should do more together events, like together dinner, together breakfast, spending time before the Christmas time. But the most important in our research production is how to produce, how to write the roadmap, how to produce the CSI products and how to cultivate for success for happy producers and happy consumers. Thank you. That's my origin. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It was really interesting. And we have a question from Monica.
Can I say it loudly?
Yeah.
Okay. I have two questions, but if no one has now, I can share it. So the first thing would be, did you assess the productivity of your field? I mean, comparing the size of your plot and the group of person you could feed from it. Because this is something interesting from my side. So how big should I need a plot to feed my family or my neighbors?
Yeah. We check and we have some scientific paper in progress. How many square meter do you need for this production and how to do it that received this enough? Of course, in our region, we have a lot of do-it-yourself gardens, and they will have 300 square meters, and that's enough from feeding 4 or 6 persons family. Yeah, but probably now we can to prepare better and in the less production, less spacing production. But of course, that's a part of our research. How many plants do you need for received the food for 10 packages for 10 families? Yes, that's this roadmap. Which cultivars, which species, how to cultivate, where, when, in which moment, so to use some or know which mulch use and how many packets you received from that. Yeah. And the next part is how to storage it and how to do that. You will have your own vegetables and fruits from all the year.
And if I may ask you the second question, because I don't see no one asking in a chat. So how do you know now we are facing really unusual climate, because it could happen that firstly we have several days or even weeks very, very hot, and now suddenly came like 5 days in a row with the minus temperature. So how do you manage to mitigate the backside of that climate crisis we are facing now? And the farmers, they are facing it, I think, the first.
Yeah, the last night we have a lot of frost damage. It's horrible, but it's not extremely bad from, for example, from fruit trees. Because it's normal when we have 10% of flowers for fruiting, it's enough to receive the satisfying yield. But also we are about this covering, about method from preserves against frost. Unfortunately, very early spring is not good for the nature. That's the way that all the part of agrotechnique, how to do it to avoid these problems, because I'm sure that the frost damage will be very popular for many, many years.
Violetta has a question.
Yes, thanks. Marta, I didn't get the problem, because you said the size of the package, sometimes it's a problem, but I didn't get, is it too big or is it too small?
Yeah, it's a problem because when we start from the first day of April, the first packages were too small. You know, we have not too much vegetable. Of course, now we are preparing to storage, for example, root vegetables, and have also this package during the winter time, but it will be experiment. But after that, from May to holiday time, this package is a big one. We give in total like 200 kilograms of vegetable and fruits, and many people say me that it's enough for 4 person, but for a 4th person, it's not enough, like a minimum consumption of vegetables and fruits. It should be enough only for 1 people, for 1 person.
Okay, so I get it, but it's very difficult from person to person, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it depends what do you eat. And another question, thank you for your answer. And another question, you mentioned that not everything you can grow ecological. Can you say something more about it?
Yeah. In some cultivars, we have very good varieties. There are they are possible to produce in organic farming system. But for example, the pear, yes, or sweet cherry, it's really hard to do it organic. It's better to use it in sustainable production. That's the way I think it's not possible to do all in the organic system. Of course, if you decide to use only organic, you will not use this some species that it's very hard. Yes, the same like canola. It's really hard to do it in organic system. We are thinking about produce our own oil, but if we want to do it in organic system, only sunflower oil is possible in our climate condition.
And the last question before we continue, Małgorzata has a...
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm also from Poland, from Kielce, central Poland. I have a question, organizational question. We have a farmers market in the center of the city with several quite large ecological farms. And they said that more people could participate in the system of CSA, preparing packages. Me, I'm only selling preserves, but I would like to help them find ideas how to start this kind of CSA. What would be your advice? Meaning, it will be the deliveries from many different places, not just from one place. So from many different farms to one place in the city center. Maybe you know some organizations in Poland or elsewhere that work in such a system, and we could use their example.
The same like we have in our experimental project, our research project, we take part of our products, but it's possible to make the same delivery in the same place, the same like Monica is doing on Jemiołowa market. And for example, very useful is using small storage packing like InPost in Poland. Yeah, that's the way that it's possible to add something and receive to all people. It's really in our project, we also have the part of field when it's possible to share production between different farmers. For example, one farmer is producers only fruit, only the stone fruit. Second one produce berry fruits. The next one produce cabbage and raw vegetables. The other one produce, for example, lettuce at all. Yeah. It's possible, but you have to have one logistic system when you pack every package to one person and somebody delivers it, or you have one place from take off your packages. So it's quite hard because when we stay on the university and all people live and work in the same place, it's really hard sometimes to receive this package and take it in this Thursday over 12. But after 3 years, we learn these people that somebody will come from his package.
Okay.
After Thursday evening, we give this package to our different workers. For example, people from dormitories or what else, yeah, because not waste this food.
Okay. So we'll have to work on the logistics and prepare for certain difficulties.
Or prepare some place when it's possible to take it off, not in the one time.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you have any more questions, just write it to the chat, and if at the end we will have more time, then we can discuss them. But now let's continue with Hungary. We have here Anna from Dunasziget. I see her name.
Yes, somehow I cannot use the camera. If you could help me what to do to make it work, because even if I select the start video, it's not working. I really don't
cannot really
understand
see.
why. It's written that cannot start video. Fail to start the video camera. Please select another video camera in settings, but there's only one, so.
Oh, I don't know now how we can.
I sent a request to use camera
Yeah, I
now to
tried, but
you.
now it's not working.
Okay.
And
But
do
I
you have a
tried.
presentation?
Yes, I can
And
share
can
it.
you share it so at least we hear you?
Yeah, that would be nice, yes.
And we see some pictures. If you can share it.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, so we see the presentation and we hear
Great.
you. I hope it's okay like
Right.
that. So you have about 15 minutes.
Okay, thanks, Zsófi. So I'm Anna Pair from Hungary, and we have a small CSA farm in the northern part of Hungary, so really close to Bratislava. And here is the team who are working together. We are 3 of us working at this farm. My husband, Ferenc, who is a horticulture engineer, so it's his profession to manage the cultivation. I'm a landscape architect, so I help him also with some building the system things, and also like a woman who is cooking for his family. so I can help with the planning process with the eye of a woman using the vegetables. And I also do all the administration and the communication things in the community. And we also have a co-worker, Evie, who is working usually in the garden. And she is an employee for the whole year, because our CSA farm is producing food for the members for the whole year, so all year round. And we produce mainly vegetables, but some herbs as well. But first, I would like to show you some pictures about the farm. And here you can see from the Google Maps, but it's here better to see the parts of the farm. Now we have some bigger part because we could buy a new land. So we have 4 hectares now. But the vegetable garden, which is like here, this is the vegetable garden, it's only 5,000 square meters, so a half hectare big. And all these big land around the garden is to have many natural habitats, because we think that it's good if our vegetable garden has a good habitat to live in. So I can see some pictures about these natural habitats, which are very important for us. We have a river also, and as you can see, meadows, also for grazing land and also for making hay. We have a cow and some sheep. And we try to make a net of all these natural places. We also have some chickens and ducks, so they can also help us in the garden. We have 40 shares, so every member has, we can say that every member has 100 square meters of the garden. And we share everything. So we also share the vegetables, and we don't sell vegetables to other persons, only for the members we produce them. And we also share the costs. Actually, this is a kind of farmer-based type of CSA, because in many countries we can see that mainly the members are organizing the community, and the farmer is just working for them. But here in Hungary, I think that not just we, but everybody else is also doing that. The farmer is in the middle of the circle, and they arrange things. But let's go back to the garden and to the vegetables. I show you some picture about the diversity, and also about diversity on the table. You can see some pictures about the farm visiting events, where we usually taste many types of the veggies, and we also cook together. These are some photos about the handovers, where the members take their shares. They can make their own packages, so we don't pack the vegetables, and we don't even make the shares for them. We just write on the table what they can take, and then they can select which one they want. We give the maximum what they can take, and at the end there is another table, an extra table, where we have some extra veggies. And then they can also take more, and they can also take out what they don't need. It's another level of the community, when they can leave there something for somebody else, because they don't need it that week. And then maybe next week they will have some guests, and then they will take some more. So it's not like they are equal, but they don't get each week the same vegetables. We don't need packages, so it's zero waste. As you can see, they take their own things to put the veggies in, and they also help us. So when we get to the point where we share the veggies, then they also help us to take the veggies in the building. And here is a picture about some education. So we also have to educate them, as Marta also mentioned, that it's a lot of work to learn them, to educate them about the veggies and about cooking, how to prepare them. So it's also a big part of this. And here you can see how we are together when it's not just a handover, but some farm visit event. We also had one in the winter time. It was really nice to walk on the ice. But we usually meet 3 or 4 times a year. And then we usually cook something together or prepare things together. And these events are also important because it gets people together, and then after these events, we can only make some meetings when they can really help the maintenance of the community and the maintenance of the farm. And it's not really about working in the garden with the vegetables, but they can do that as well if they want. But it's more about involving them to make the farm working. So usually we plan together, and not just the vegetables, but only about the costs. So already in the first years, we made the budget open for them, so they could see what we plan in the budget. And then during the year, now they are planning with us together. So it's another step that they are not just looking at it and saying that, okay, you are planning your budget like this, but now they are also involved in the planning process. And the question at the beginning was why it is good for us to be a CSA farmer. And I think that besides that, we are close to each other, and for us, people are really important. So it's a good model for us because we know who will eat our vegetables. So it's one side while why it's good for us, and the other one is that during the years we try to get closer to each other, to work for one goal together. And here I have to mention the TVE, which has a really big part in this process, because they can help us many times to improve in this community things. So first we also had a workshop which was for 3 days. It was really hard to organize it, to have about 12 members or 15 members to come together for 3 days. It's not so easy to organize it, but it was really a deep work together with the TV for that 3 days. So actually, this is our goal to, besides, of course, making the farming works even better, but to get closer to each other and do things really together, to move from serving to cooperation with the members. If you have any questions, we can discuss.
Chodź, idziemy.
I think it's not a question. Oh, Violetta has a question.
Chodź.
Thank you, Anna. I want to ask you if I hear correctly that you have your CSA for the whole year. If it's true, can you say something more about what you give during the winter?
Yes, we have a storage, so we have many roots in the storage, but also from the field we can give them veggies in the winter, like types of cabbages and Jerusalem artichoke and what else? We have some things also from the field, and we also have some green leaves from the folia tunnel, which is not heated, but there is a tunnel, so we can produce some veggies also during the winter time.
Thank you. Any more questions? Monica?
Yes, can I ask you, Anna, did you manage to encourage some of your farmer neighbor, to follow your path? It could be, you know, a remote neighbor from another village or from another region, but did you manage to encourage some of other farmers to follow the CSA path?
I think yes. We have many people here in the garden every year who are interested in this model. And yeah, I think we can encourage them. Yes.
And also Anna comes to our training events as a guest farmer, and she has a really nice presentation, and she can be really motivating for new farmers. So actually this is really nice in the Hungarian CSA network, that we have some farmers with the experience and they share it with the newcomers. So it's a good way of learning from each other.
And if I may ask another small question, but it's quite important regarding that you are from Hungary, not from Poland or Czechia. I will repeat it again from my Czech partners. But tell me how it is to talk about finances with your co-CSA members. Is it a difficult thing? And if yes, why you think so? To talk about money, about the prices, about the remuneration, about the calculation?
Actually, we started like this. So this was from the first year that we informed them about the budget really clearly in an Excel. so they could really see the numbers. And then I don't know, it's just up to you, I think, if you feel it hard or not to be transparent. For us, it's not hard to be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Not every people is interested about this, so not everybody will come for these meetings, even if it's online. We have many during the planning time. So we have about 3 events about planning the budget together, but not everybody will come to do it together. I don't know if they are not interested or they don't have time. But yeah, it's I've never really think about it, whether it's hard or not, because it's just like this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Anna. It was really nice, even if we couldn't see you, but at least
sorry about
the pictures were really nice as always. And now we continue our regional trip to Czechia, and we have Honza here. I see him. And Anna, can you stop sharing your presentation meanwhile? Okay. And Honza, can you hear us? We cannot hear you. I think you are muted now.
Yes.
Am I?
No.
Yes.
We hear.
Yes, great. So like the technologies are obviously around and doing what they want. Do you hear me now? Because I have you stuck.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah?
we hear you.
Great. So, hello everybody. it's so nice to meet you. My name is Honza. I'm from Association of Local Food Initiatives, based in Prague. And Monica, which is my dear friend from Poland, asked me to actually present you something of the connections between, let's say, farmers, between education initiatives, possibilities that NGOs can be interconnected with the CSA or LSPA activities, which can be probably something as a key for the future small farmers, as we found out at Farm School. But like the first thing is like I'm from originally different background, and I see that most of you are without the camera on, so it would be nice if I can see your faces. If it's not possible, I fully understand it. I would just like feel that maybe once or twice throughout this presentation I will ask you something, and I need you to actually tell me what is your opinion and what you like to hear. Because like my case is I talk too much, and 15 minutes, it's just like a super minimum. And I have like 3 case studies I would like to share with you. I would like to share things that can be very interesting for you, but I need to know what the audience is now. And on this, we will base the story that I can share. So I hope that is all right for everyone. Maybe we can try just like the thumbs up, like in your, Violetta, thank you, I see you. Thank you to all faces I see in here. For me, the connection is the most important thing, and it's not just like a cliche talk. I will understand you why. I will explain you why. But the thing is, like, now I'm in the office computer, which in Czech Republic was stuck in somewhere 1990s. So unfortunately, this computer is very slow, but I will try to share my you know what I mean, screen. But can you help me maybe, Moni, how I can do it?
Yeah, I think I can help you in that way, that I'm a little bit acquainted with the story of you. So could you please develop how it happens that...
The thing is, like, could you can just help me to figure out like how I can turn on my screen, like the...
sorry. No, I cannot help you. Probably it's because of
No, how I can share it? Is it like some
the
button in
button,
here?
Yeah.
if you go down, there is a big green button, share
Yeah,
screen.
big green share ecran.
Okay,
Share your screen.
And just
Sorry.
click
I'm sorry.
on that.
Sometimes for my eyes, I don't see, as we say in Czech. So
Under the nice.
But do you see the colors?
yeah, indeed. Like I know but it's a good question. You never know.
No.
But now you probably see, what I'm sharing right
Yes.
now, yeah. So for now, let's go for presentation, which it goes like in here, yeah, like that. So now you should see all of it if the computer allows it. So
Perfect.
we're in there. Great. The connection of technologies and our nature, and I mean it like human nature and also the nature itself, which will be kind of like a motto of today, because I think Monica, like and Jofi, to do it today. It's a day of Earth, yeah. And I think it's super great because it's International Earth Day, and since like nowadays, like in our association, which actually connects local food initiatives, not only in Czech Republic, but creating the base of network. I'm educating the kids, and I'm telling them the soil is just only one. Yeah, so there is a just soil. There's not many soils, because there is just one earth, one soil, and International Earth Day. It's like super great with this. Also, as you see, like my presentation is called From Activism to Real Zemědělství, with AMPI, which is Association of Local Food Initiatives, our NGO. And I put it there from activism, because originally my major of your university and also like my background is in marketing communications. So I'm a city boy, and I hated it, to be honest, for 5 years of studying. So then I realized I need to do something connected with nature. And I was doing agriculture in England. And this is important for the story, because there I found biodynamics and regenerative agriculture, also permaculture, and social farming, which then for the next 2 years became my field. I did like a cooperation with social farms with disabled people in Czech Republic. And also all this, what I'm telling you, is that like my story is coming from really just activism and talking about the things, which is kind of me, yeah, to real zemědělství. Zemědělství is agriculture in Czech, and I put it there in Czech because like it's beautiful that země, it's also earth, but země also means from me. And I think this is super important to see it as far as I understand it, that like something needs to go from me, that I can work with the soil and with the land. And this is very important because like the inner deed is like the most important. And I need to start with this because this won't be so much about presentation of our farm, even though we have educational farm on the AMPI, but this will be more about the initiatives and the possibilities of LSPA, which is CSA, maybe the frame, you know, some of you, but I believe that you all know what this frame is. So now this will be tested. If you're listening to me, like, do you listen to me? Do you know what is LSPA? All of you, yeah? Yay. I know it's a stupid question, but sometimes the stupid question needs to be repeated. As far as I understand it with kids, I understand it now also with work with adults, because we are afraid to ask, and that's sometimes a really big problem. So, okay.
Could you please explain the term to everybody? Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. Yeah, definitely. Great. LSPA, like originally CSA, community supported agriculture. It's a frame that you probably have in your countries. It's like a different way how to support small farmers, or especially organic one, regenerative one, biodynamical one. It's a concept of, let's say, supporting your farmer once. That's why it was community supported agriculture, that you are like with some shareholders, with some friends, and you're supporting ones with bigger amount of money, your farmer, and you're sharing what he's actually his crops and everything what he is now doing on his farm. It means like if the yield is great, you will accept every single week some, let's say, package or like a box with a lot of vegetable and the stuff. Or if there is like some bad year, maybe you will get just twice in a week, twice in a month, yeah? But like this is all connected, and that's, that should lead people to the frame of like that we are connected in community, also with the farmer, with local food, with the things that are grown seasonally in the time and the frame of around you, let's say 50 kilometers. So these are the initiative, and in Czech Republic, we are actually doing these local food initiatives in our NGO under the head of AMPI, which is my organization. So was it understandable? Eva, you don't seem that, should I explain something more?
Maybe it would be useful for everybody just to say what the acronym LSPA, I mean, what are the words, you know?
Yeah,
Local.
okay. Yeah, this is actually the good question, because like I've been in Hamburg with other people from our initiative, and we talked that I, for example, have it in Czech, SKPZ, Komunitou podporované zemědělství, and I remember CSA. And then we got actually lost because every country has its shortage. And now with the new project we're creating on the network of the local food initiatives that are also Monica is, and the other great people of Urgency, we're creating now the new name. But okay, for now it's LSPA, and I will ask Monica if you can say, Moni, like these words, because I wanted to write them there and I have beautiful pictures, but there's no time for it. So Moni, what does LSPA stand for?
Yeah, I sent you also in the chat. It's locally and solidarity-based partnership for agroecology. So it's a little bit spread. It's wider than a CSA because it embraces also all kind of direct contact with the local farmers, including bazaars, farmer-to-farmer market, and all cooperatives as well.
Yeah, thank you, Moni.
Okay, thank you. I just, took this a little bit of your time, just that everybody knows what we're actually talking about,
Yeah.
Because you see an acronym and you're not sure what it stands for, that can be confusing. So thank you.
And that's what I call cooperation. Thank you for this, Eva, because that's exactly that. That's what we're talking now with all the network of LSPA or CSA, call it as you want, all over the Europe, that like this is very hard to remember, yeah, what LSEP stands for. And we need like the inner connection. We need people to understand what is in there, what is under these just letters or words. And of course, like, again, I work with kids mostly in education, in agroecology, and I see how important it is to repeat exactly those things. So thank you, Eva. And also, Moni, thank you for topping it up. So LSPA initiatives. So here indeed, I had like a slide of what is LSPA, what does it stand for you? But now I don't think we have like so much time. Yeah, so we will go like for the case studies that I would like to share with you to inspire you with the initiatives of this in Czech Republic. Is it all right for everyone? We will skip this exercise activity.
Because we are running out of time as usually. So.
Exactly, Jofi. So this is like piping the master slide of this. I will show you, of course, some photos I can share you afterwards. But for me, this is super important. Yeah, we're talking about connection, and we're talking about connection with land. I wrote grunt. I hope it's all right in Polish, yeah, because there is a Polish audience, and it's a soil, it's the zemlje in Czech. There is very important to have like in the connection with ourselves and with people. I think those are the like three streams which undergo and needs to undergo and actually all new frames of small agriculture framing or organic agriculture framing we're doing. And again, sometimes like the adults are looking at this and it's like, yeah, this is like, we know this, yeah. But sometimes knowing it is not enough, yeah. And sometimes so many of us, as I met on the farms for the last 4 years, when I'm working in organic agriculture, where I'm meeting the farmers with different backgrounds, with 20 years of CSA, with this framing, and the new farmers, actually, the youngsters who are 20-year-old and who are starting the same thing. So all of them, we are teaching them the most important thing is like to have the inner deed, yeah? To understand that we need to have connection with ourselves, especially on the day, International Earth Day, yeah? The connection with land and the connection with people. The connection is the word also which will go with the other things, and the connections are all in there. These are the case studies that I can talk about, but we have like 5 minutes. If I can, Jofi, is it all right?
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's very right. So I was kind of like counting with this possibility. As I say, my origin is in marketing communications, but that's the thing. I'm trying to bring some of those methods that the big business world, as I hate, to be honest, that's why I run to agriculture. So as I hate it, so we can actually use the good methods of this world. And that's what my friends are bringing now in the young agriculture of organic farmers, biodynamical farmers in Czech Republic. And now these are these possibilities for you. One is about Svobodné hory. That's the case studies of my friends who are actually setting up the new way of CSA and new possibilities, connections with the chefs and like making the events on their farm, glamping. The other is the project of Farmářská škola, probably the biggest project of our NGO, and also like there's a success or failure story. It depends, because like I would like to share both. There are not only success stories, and I think it's important to remind it. Yeah, we mostly learn from the failures, and it's also important to learn. So there's a story of the first Czech biodynamic curriculum for young adults. So the first university of biodynamical and organic farming, or the third project, possible one that I can talk about in the case study. It's about Metro Farm and about our urban farms and projects in or around the Prague. So they are connected actually with the possibilities that you can do with connections with the other farms. So now it's about you, my dear audience. It's around 30 of you, and I would like to know now democratically, maybe write it in chat, I will turn it on if I can see it, and which one you would like to hear the most about. So now I have a timer. I would bring the timer. It's...
Metro Farm, I see from Juraj.
Oh yeah, I see the second one, the farm school from Orsi, Viga. So these two spoke the first, and we need to have like just 4 minutes left or maybe 3. So these two will be talked about, and that's the thing. Urban farming, great. Okay, so we have 2 urban farms, it's a metro farm. Good, so I will just hide the chat, and I will go for the metro farm. Okay, sorry, I need to, how do I stop this presentation? Yeah. The Metro Farm webpage, just a moment. You can actually also see it, but like now the most important thing is that I will tell you about the way how are we promoting the, because you chose this one, how we are promoting with my classmates, for example, from farm school, the new urban projects and the ways actually how to connect not only children, but also an adults and maybe the old people who are now not having the small amount of soil, which everybody should have. So now we're trying to actually setting up the local urban farms on the lands of the metropolis, which is the Prague. So we are talking with municipal houses and creating like these organic lands. And now we are renting actually the thing. I will show it to you because like then when you go on this web page, you still see my still see the screen, yeah? I'm just checking it out. Good. So you can put it here on English and it's super great and to go through. This is the one of the projects of our friend. And he was also originally in IT. He was burned out and then he decided, okay, I need to get back to farming as my grandfather. And he started to rent these lands from the city and setting up these urban farms, which if you put like on the menu and you put on the Metro farm afterwards, you can see they're based on the, also, okay, in English again. The localization is not working the best way, but okay. So in here, you can see that you have a now the framing of like a different ways how to, let's say, diversify the income of your farm. It can be also used in your farms because most of you should be farmers, and Monica told me. Like these are, let's say, the ideas that you can adapt for your place. But in here, in the urban farming frame that you chose with Metro Farm, which is on the it's on the Caesar Island, which is in the center of the Prague and the Vltava River. We are renting the individual garden patches. So you can rent for 100 euros per year, let's say 5 meters square, I think it's, yeah, 5-6 meters square or 10 meters square for 120 euros. Yeah, that's spectacular because plenty of the people are now coming and we are need to looking for the other places of soil because the people from the city really would like to farm now and we are offering them this. Also, we find out that if we diversify the income, yeah, we created the CSA frame there. We have a farmer, which is a girl. She's like 32 and she's also doing organic farming all her life. And she's there making shares of the vegetable and also the fruit for 40 families, which are in this frame of CSA, of this LSPA, as we talked with Eva and Monica about. And this is the community field, yeah? Then if I go down, you have veggie boxes. Veggie boxes are also this CSA, but in here on the pages, and that's why I'm also showing the web page, here it's written very easily, and it's written for the people who are not in the agriculture. It's very important to, again, show this off because most of our clients, or let's say the people who are taking the vegetable or fruit or meat from us, not farmers, and they would like to take it easily from you by a nice way. We found it out it's really unfortunately that easy, but people doesn't want to maybe hear so much of the vision of ours, or let's say to talk about true agriculture. Sometimes they just need to hear a good story based in a few words. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not good with this to base it in few words. That's why I'm still learning and progressing, not only in farming, but also in the presenting for you. Then, for example, we have a goats there, but the goats there on the farm are not production. We are actually also, you can adopt the goat or you can rent the goat for 1 hour. So we are now like targeting the offices of managers, which are 10 minutes from the metro farm, from the urban farm. And then they are actually doing the therapy that for 1 hour after their job, they're going on a farm and they're taking these goats, which is a Dutch type of a small goat, which are really adaptive to the people. And they pay like 100 euros per 1 hour just to walk the goat and feed it. Yeah. So these are the different frames of the usage. Also, you're learning and teaching. I know some of you are smiling, the faces I see. It's not just marketing. Yeah. We found out that, for example, with adopting the chickens, there are people who, for example, have money in the city and they know that in the community around this community garden or metro farm, there are mothers who doesn't have, for example, money. and to buy the eggs for €0.50. It's pretty expensive. The organic one from the most caressed, beautiful hens. So there are people who are in this community paying, for example, they're adopting hen. They're paying twice or 3 times more than they should just for the eggs. And they're supporting the others from the community people that, for example, those moms can go there and take the eggs also where I'm not paying it. And it's working. It's a beautiful project in the center of Prague. And we see how it's also like I'm working and educating the kids there. And to see the 15-year-old Mexican kids never touching a chicken or hen and to take them in between them. So that's the experience and that's the connection I'm talking about. They don't need to know much, especially kids from the city, about the agriculture itself. They just need a first connection. And that's what I believe we can do. And that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's why I'm seeing group programs in here. You can see it also. That's actually what we're doing. That's where my major part of the work is now. And also to develop this is, I think, the key for the future. Yeah, we're connecting the soil with people. So we need to connect people first, to connect it with soil. And I think that's the inner deed, not only in a talk, but only in doing. So our educational farm of Farm School, which is the biggest project now, is like around 40 hectares. And in there, we are trying to educate not only smaller children. This Friday, we are taking their free kindergartens to just teach them about the newborn sheep or goats, which are now being born. And with those projects, those kids actually were talking to their parents, and immediately we have like 20 parents from around the farm, just from the kindergarten school kids, yeah, who've been talking about this program, and they ask us, okay, can we take vegetable from you? And keep in mind, we are there in the farm for 2 years. So you can actually connect also with the future clients and future farmers, future possible, let's say, shareholders or those who are in the consumers of your vegetable, fruit, or meat, or cheese, or something. But you need to take them all together. Again, connection of the group. Yeah, we also put it there other things because it's in the Prague, it's in the city center, and now we need to go with the time. It doesn't mean we are abandoning the old methods. No, we are going with the old methods. Biodynamic is 100-year-old and it's spectacular. Yeah, but we are now also updating it. That's what we bring in also from our backgrounds. Me from the marketing, the farmer, the head farmer, the gardener of our farm is originally the lawyer. Yeah, so take it like this. We are taking what all we know and synergetically making it like into something which works. And also this thing is the key for future LSPA initiatives. Yeah, glamping on the island is one of the, for example, activities of our friends who decided that they want to make it more leisure time. Yeah, not just production, not just education, not just, let's say, new way of how to support yourself with a food initiative, but also as a leisure time, which is spectacular because we have a sauna there. So some of the people who are on the farm working, like at the end of the day, or maybe you from the office, are running there at 5 o'clock. It's all open because it's open to the public, and you go there and go to the sauna. Yeah, then you're glamping with your friends, and it's all in the city center of the Prague. The possibilities of glamping can work perfectly also for the lens in your farms, even though you are maybe on the other part of the countryside of Poland or somewhere the countryside in Czech. With Monica, we find out, yeah, when we've been in Henrikovo, that the accommodation for people as Airbnb or glamping, and people are really wanting to go for this, is now raising up. So, for example, the project of Jurek, maybe like you can speak about this in other webinar. Spectacular also because like it raised up the connection of the past things with the future possibilities. And to see this in the countryside, in deep countryside of Poland, was spectacular inspiration for me. And it was the last October, November, Monica, November. Yeah, something like November. This. Yeah.
And okay. You have 1 more minute.
And I need to drink from this beautiful cup of a tea because I was talking too much, but I try to be as effective as I can. And I see we don't have much time. There is a lot of things to tell you. We are also learning about composting. We are now like creating an educative project about compost. Also offering it, for example, to NGO, from the NGO frame to corporate world. The people in the corporate world now, with the wave of stupid greenwashing and the stuff, they would like to learn. All of the departments of HR of the big companies, we can see them as enemies, but they would like to learn, and they would like to learn from us. So you can create a learning field at the production field of your farm. It's just about the way how you will communicate and connect it with the people. That's why, again, I'm saying connection. Yeah, you saw this, and I would like to show you the last page. Let's see if I can handle it out in here. Yes. Yes. It'll be probably from the start, but okay, this is actually in Czech, but it's telling about the things about our association of local food initiatives, and those are the, let's say, the keys for me, like the inner qualities of people that are in the core of what we're doing. And again, this is not just spiritual thinking. That's the thing that if it's in there, the people will understand it from the vegetable, from the products, from everything you're saying. That's not just marketing, but it needs to be like the inner deed in there. So when I'm ending the presentation for the kids or for the audience and talking about our farm or about the possible future initiatives, so then I'm ending with this slide, especially with the heart of our association there. And it's like the things that are written there, the terms. It's active hope, which is super important to talk about. It's a responsibility. It's a cycle thinking. It's a humbleness. It's authenticity. It's acceptance of imperfection and those things we don't know. And also the golden middle way, as we say in Czech, something in between. And again, those deeds or those inner thoughts are, for example, the key that I'm trying to teach the new future farmers of the youngsters, or also that I'm trying to give to, let's say, the farmers who are already 20, 30 years in farming, but for now, maybe because of a long experience, they forget a little how to maybe connect, and the world would love to connect. And I believe the most important is to be open to it. So I thank you for today. There in Czech it's děkujeme, for it's like dzięki bardzo. I don't know the others are ďakujem. Eva is probably from Slovakia. So we are all VISEGRAD Food Circle. And you probably will know my email because Monica will share it. If somebody would like to know about the other case studies, I would love to be like connected with you and tell you about those. Maybe send you just like the list of the possibilities or the ideas, because I also had in here for you prepared like all the things like that. We, for example, did a posters and we did like the special postcards, which at the end created more money than the vegetable for the farm. Yeah. Than the other things, but we don't have time for this for now. But this is a great field, and I believe our field needs hope. So sometimes I'm trying to bring it. So I hope this was the Hope International Earth Day, and I'm giving the word to you if you have some questions. Yeah, thank you, Jofi and Moni.
Thank you. One question, I think, if someone has a question. If no questions now, of course, yes, we plan to share the presentations also, and if you are okay with that, also with the contact, so you can ask Honza also after the webinar. But we have here our last presenter from Poland, Bernadetta.
Yes, hello.
Hi, so your experiences are...
Now, I have 5 minutes left, so...
No, I mean, if you be short, but probably more than 5 minutes, because
okay, but I want to show you
if someone
just few pictures from our site. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Yes, we see.
Okay, that's great. So I'm from Poland, from Ecological Folk High School in Grzebów. Our place is considered as an educational center for agricultural education, and we focus mainly on organic farming. Everything started in 1989 from the small farm run by Peter Strattenvert, who came to Poland from Switzerland, thinking about development of organic farming. He started organic bakery and cheesery, and he produced with his own hands everything in the beginning. Then, when he met his future wife, Eva Smuk-Stratenvert, they decided together to provide education on organic farming and to share their values, their experience. And now our center is the only place in Poland when people have a complete program in organic agriculture. But we also started short-term courses like organic gardening, climate change education, biodiversity education, and community-supported agriculture. So we try to promote new thinking, new mindset for food production, but also for food consumption. We also try to organize events for farmers, for our students, for people interested in organic farming and people experienced in this field. So we are quite well known in Poland as a place where people can share their experience. And also what is very important for us is that we use the concept of folk high school. That is very specific in the Polish context because it's more a Scandinavian way of thinking about education. It is focusing on connection between people or in live world, not learning from books and just listening to lectures. It's about sharing, about building community. So our course is quite long because it lasts 2 years, and it contains 100 days on-site seminars and 14 months of internship in all around the country. So we have both theory and practice in our program, and internships take part in many areas in Poland. We tried to connect with all organic farmers in Poland and to engage them also with our educational program. So our students can go wherever they find organic farm. We have study trips, and what is quite new, we try to introduce in Polish context new green professions in agroecology. And one of these green professions is organic gardening, but we have also a consumer-supported agriculture advisor. So with this special program, we try to share all idea of consumer-supported agriculture, and we also try to engage our guests, our consumers, to support farmers and to be more active in the food market. All initiatives you can find on our website, but for now I would rather finish with the presentation, and I want to listen to your questions because probably you have some. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you, Vanessa.
questions?
Yeah.
Honza.
Honza has a question.
Like, I don't want to step in it, like I already took so much time, but for me this is super interesting. Like I wanted to ask, like this folk high school, is it like now somehow connected with, let's say, possibilities of organic universities, or like, let's say, the studies of organic agriculture for the university frame? And I don't mean like it doesn't have to be state, it can be private, it can be just like some curriculums, maybe like a Ausbildung as in Germany with biodynamics. You know, I'm asking, like, because for me this is super great. It's something like this is in a high school, let's say, frame that is not just like university one, and this can continue with this. So there are some connections. That's the question. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't catch the point. What
Okay,
is
yeah. So sorry. Okay, I just wanted to ask if there are some connections of your high school, the Folk High School, for, let's say, the future university students of organic farming in Poland.
I don't think I don't think it's a big connection. You know, I don't know if I understand you correctly, because what do you mean by university?
Okay, are there some organic agriculture or biodynamical frame universities in Poland?
No,
okay.
Yeah, I told in the presentation that we are unique center. We have some schools that teach agriculture, but it's not about organic farming. Yeah, organic farming is just a little part of official educational program in Poland. So it's we have a big challenge, a big mission to spread, to share this concept and to promote it. So we are also talking. We are also talking with ministries, and they are also politicians are also interested in our concept. They recognize our school because we started in 2015, so it's 5th edition of our course, and each edition is 2 years long. So we also get funding for our students, so they don't have to pay 100%. They pay only 10% of all the cost, and that's perfect. And they live on site, so when they start the course, they come to our place, and we have also some rooms for students. Yeah.
Thank you. You answered me like more than I can imagine. Yeah, that's what I actually meant it. Like, I didn't know that there's the same case in Czech Republic. Like before 4 years, there was no frame of studying, let's say, just the new way of organic agriculture, regenerative agriculture, permaculture, because there is a Czech agriculture university, but most of it is conventional. Yeah. And I'm talking about this because we don't have the high school as you have, like this one in Czech Republic, but we now set up for the last 4 years. And I'm the product of the 3 years because I studied that curriculum of organic and biodynamical agriculture in the university frame. And for the thing that I'm heading, I think this is also one of the connective things between the farmers and NGOs and the sector of education, to connect this on this higher field, to educate and to show the possibilities. That's what my question was heading, that from the organic high school, or high school with this in a connective nature thinking, you can continue for the university and don't go somewhere where at the university they will tell you like, what have you been learning? You need to put Roundup everywhere and fuck it. Yeah, because that's what we are hearing like with my classmates in here. So I'm super happy and clapping that you have the high school in there, and maybe you can send your graduates to our farm school to Czech Republic to the university framing.
You know what? Maybe our name is maybe it gives you some misunderstanding, because the name of the school is Folk High School, but it doesn't mean that it is high school. It is just a specific name for this type of education. It came from Grundtvigian pedagogy, yeah. So it's very popular in Denmark, in the Scandinavian countries, but it has nothing with typical high school in Poland. So our students are adults. It's like now we have like 30 years old students, 40 years old students. Yeah, it's no
Oh, great.
On age, no exams, no certificates. It's nothing with formal education. It's a completely different concept.
Thank you also for clearing this out, because I think that's, again, as Eva said, like the terms are important. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask also. So do you have a certificate? But then you mentioned no. So it's like a course for people who would like to learn about organic agriculture.
I could add that maybe
but the good thing is that now we are so well recognized that when people finish our course, they are recognized, yeah, also in the market, yeah, let's say in the area, yeah. It's really difficult to spend 2 years on the farm, learning step by step.
I think these are the two things, yeah, like a degree recognition, which is mostly based like in this corporate world and stuff. And that's what we're also finding. Like the last year, we set it up like for the, let's say, under the system of the government in Czech, like a private university. And then you have like something like in front of your name, like after 3 years. Yeah, but like this is like so hard to put it like again in the legal frame of our state. Like it's not like the Germany, probably the Poland will have the same. So it's so great to at least see this, that we are putting the people in it, and exactly what Bernadette said, because I think that the most important is like the people working there for 2 years have like connections again. Yeah, like after these 2 years, you know, probably whole Polish organic scene, and that's the thing. Then you probably will go again for it and to it, so you don't have problem with finding.
Yeah, and as I told you, we start new projects and new
exactly,
courses.
exactly.
What means that we also try to connect people that educate in climate change, biodiversity, but also community-supported agriculture. So now we also organize events, seminars for practitioners, yeah, for people who try to do CSA in Poland. And in this time is very important, because in Poland we are, let's say, we start to use this model, yeah, of selling products. So we try to connect farmers with consumers, but also to find people who are active in the field. And Monica helped us a lot to bring new people, yeah, to promote this model. Also, we have published some leaflets, very short books about CSA model. We have also a small on-site shop where we share. We try to start our own CSA garden in our educational center, because we now have certificate for organic. I mean organic certificate for bread, for cheese. But now we are looking for a solution to introduce vegetables from our garden and to start a CSA based on organic food.
Yes, I wanted to mention that maybe Fox University doesn't provide any certificate, but you have a good product. I mean, now by far there are 2 CSA performing farmers, and they are performing very well. And what is good, this is the best, I think, the practice way to promote the CSA model. Just to develop it and share the knowledge among other farmers. So they are doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bernadette. That's a lot of inspiration and a lot of actually curriculum of the possibility.
More and more inspiration for you. So just in case you want to contact me, I can share.
I will. I definitely will. If the webinar is about something, that's probably
just one little thing I want to share is that also we introduce new project focused on bioregion in Poland. So we have already started, and we contact with local authorities, with farmers, and we are the first potential bioregion in Poland, because on our side we are far away from the cities. The first closest big city is like 30 kilometers, and it's not a big city. So we try to encourage other farmers, and probably we start this year with this bioregion.
Thank you. It was really inspiring, and it's nice to see the networking, because this was our aim in the project to organize a Central and Eastern European network of LSPA, as we mentioned. So thank you for everyone to joining us today. We recorded this webinar and we try to share it. I hope we can manage and all the technical things will be okay. And thank you for the presenters. So thank you for Marta, Anna, Honza, and Bernadetta. This was really inspiring and really interesting. Yes, if you are interested in our work or the materials, please contact our organizations. We have FAIR from Poland, Utopia from Slovakia, AMPI is also here from Czechia, and TVF from Hungary. So I think all of us will be happy if you contact us, and we can continue this this networking. And yes, happy Earth Day for everyone. And yes, thank you and have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Zsófi.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Dzięki bardzo. Thank